Dillon Bruno with the Real Men of Real Estate, and we have with us Ben Eubanks, distinguished commercial realtor. So Ben, in the last segment, touched on some pretty interesting topics there. But one of the topics I really want to drive home, especially for the new realtor or someone wanting to get into the game, a principle that applies all across the board when it comes to business, when it comes to life in general, and that's money management. I know real estate could be a feast or famine game. If you're not disciplined with your money, and if you're making the money, you can find yourself in some pretty dire circumstances. So it's not about the amount of deals that's on your table, who says yes to you, how many contracts you sign, transactions you close. That none of that matters if you have no money management skills. So talk to us about how you had to get that under control yourself as a new realtor or broker. Why is it so important to understand these principles as a new person coming into the business?
I think you hit it right on the head, Dillon. A young person who has a good foundation that their parents or their community that have instilled in them to live within your means. And I learned that when I was probably in my 20s. My attorney, great gentleman, John Sweeney, the Sweeney firm, he told me that. Live within your means, Ben. And at the time, I didn't really pay as much attention to it at the time because I was a young man. And so I thought the world was my oyster, and I had everything ahead of me, and I was going to knock the world on its behind, and I was going to do this and do that. Reality sets in, and then I said, oh, this is what he's talking about. When you run out of money and you have to, I've heard of one of my friends, another gentleman, Robert Layton, over at another association I was affiliated with, he said he had to get used to eating macaroni and cheese nightly. Not macaroni and cheese that you go out and buy, the package that comes in a box. And so he ate macaroni and cheese regularly until he could, get himself squared away. And I know myself, I did a lot of side hustle jobs. I was a detailer of cars. I've always been interested in cars. I detailed cars. I used to work on cars in the afternoon. I used to go out with my mentor who taught me the real estate appraisal business. And I was always busy. I was always keeping my feet moving. Did some other things. I'm a chess player. I'm a rated U.S. Chess Federation rated chess player. I teach chess. So I'm always keeping busy. So if I'm not doing real estate, which is a lot of times I'm not, I'm doing something else. So as long as you keep busy, as long as you enjoy life, and as long as what you asked me this morning, you said, Ben, how are you doing? I just met you. I just met this man this morning. He said, how are you doing? What was my answer, Dillon? I said, today is the best day of my life.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I said, and that's exactly what I believe. Because I have my health, I have love in my life, and I enjoy every ounce of my life, every second of it. My birthday party that I had last year, I had some old friends and new friends and friends from the old days, and we all got together. Today is my birthday because I'm plugging people left and right. My friends that I can't have a birthday this year because I'm be doing something else. So the people that came to my birthday party last year, I'm saying hi to you guys right now. Marvin, Randy Harris, Elijah, and Annette Harrigan, and Donald Wilson, Preacher, John Sweeney, Cedric Hobson, all these people that know me from the old days. So whether I make $1 million or whether I make a penny, these people are my friends, and they know me, and I value their friendship more than anything else. Whether I make $1 million in real estate or whether I don't, I'm happy because I have love in my life, and I'm a giving person. And it wasn't always that way. Believe me, it wasn't always that way.
Like Ben just stated, when I met, this is my first time meeting Ben today. I'm very grateful for that. And yeah, I did ask him, hey, how are you doing, Ben? And the first words out of his mouth was the best day of my life. And I actually thought about that. You're in a situation right now where you're thinking it's the worst day of your life or the worst time in your life. And you can consciously turn that around in your head and say, hey, this is the best day of my life. Well, with a mentality like that, you can't lose. Right? Imagine, nothing can beat you with that mentality. No matter what's coming at you, no matter what's happened, if you can claim, hey, this is the best day of my life when everything's going to what in the handbasket, you've won the game right there. Okay? I just want to ask you this. When I look at, listen to real estate agents talk, maybe online or something like that, and they compare it to different, the different income streams out there. To you, why is real estate, or I don't even know what you think about it, but versus, say, the stock market or, say, crypto, which is, kind of big right now, or even a business, why did real estate appeal to you over those other options? Not that you don't participate in them, but obviously this is your bread and butter here. Why is it so appealing to you? What about real estate appeals to you over, say, the stock market or something like trading?
I have to say that it was the allure of a lucrative career. that's what interests me in the first place. And like I said, it was a family friend. He was there. Like most people, I was of the belief that anything in real estate that you do, you could be a title, you work for a title company, you can do title insurance, you can be an escrow officer, you can be a lender, you could be an appraiser, property inspector. There's a lot of different avenues in real estate. So as an appraiser, the numbers are important, and I consider myself to be a well-balanced intellectual person. Intellectually, I'm balanced between my ability to think analytically and my ability to think creatively. So if it wouldn't have been for Mr. Adolph teaching me and letting me go out with him every day in the morning, I didn't get paid a dime, but I didn't need to get paid because I was getting the knowledge, I was getting the information, I was learning things. So Mr. Adolph, we went out every day, and slowly but surely I learned it. Slowly but surely I became more comfortable talking about numbers. I became more comfortable with people that I didn't know, people of different races, of different nationalities, that I didn't grow up in a particularly racial neighborhood growing up. My neighborhood was it was diverse, but it wasn't all that diverse. So in real estate, you're going to run across all different kind of peoples, all different income levels, nationalities, language proficiencies, cultures. The type of property is going to be interesting. So from that aspect, yeah, it's interesting. It's just interesting. If you go into a market and you start talking about real estate, people are going to start leaning over and trying to see, well, what's he saying about real estate? Especially if you own a piece of property, then you're really listening about what's going on with property trends, appreciation levels, the interest rates, and so forth and so on. So I'm a person who loves to talk, and real estate involves a lot of talking. You got to put yourself out there. You got to say something. So I don't have a problem. I'm not a shy person. So in terms of stock market or any of these other lucrative fields, yeah, they're lucrative. Currency, cryptocurrency, A1, all these computer things for younger generation. Yeah, for younger person, go for it. Those things are something that I would explore if I was young, but I'm on the other side of 65 years old right now, so I'm kind of looking for a comfortable place to land my plane. And I'm not, as energetic as I used to be. I don't need to be as energetic as I used to be.
You don't look a day older than 30, man. Come on.
Come on, man. Come on. I told you I was going to pay you, man. I told you. So anyway, you're very kind, my friend. But so yeah, it's a lucrative field. It's not as lucrative as you would believe by watching some of these TV shows. There's going to be dry periods, there's going to be lean periods, and you're going to be macaroni and cheese nights where, hey, we're not going out tonight. We got to eat macaroni and cheese. You have to fix some macaroni and cheese from a box. And it's okay because, like I said, I'd rather survive off of 10 cents a day than work for somebody else and do something dishonest. I'm a very forthright person. Like I said, I haven't always been. Real estate has made me a better person. This struggle, this challenge has made me a better person. I'm better for it now. I think you can hear from the passion and the enthusiasm in my voice. I like what I do. I like my life.
Ben just summed it up right there. I mean, he loves what he does. Not only that, non-monetary reasons why real estate it can make you wealthy. Not necessarily in a monetary sense, but in a character-building sense. He was exposed, as he said, to various cultures and stuff he probably wouldn't have been exposed to if he wasn't in real estate. I mean, I don't know what could have happened, but definitely real estate did that for him. I think that's one of the greatest gifts we can get that doesn't, that we can't deposit in the bank, being able to relate to all kinds of people and help them out, serve them. Even people that may not necessarily like us, right? The discipline of service, to put a roof over someone's head, make their life more fulfilling as well. So that's what I'm getting out of what Ben is telling us, and I'm sure some of the listeners, you guys out there, could understand. In whatever field that you're in, you may get the same reward as well. It's not a monetary reward. It's an inner deposit, I should say, right, in the bank of the self. That's what I'm getting from Ben. It's not just about numbers, because anybody can be on the stock market, cubicle or on the trading floor, right? But let's just say you're out there and you see someone that needs help, that's in the lowest of the low, a homeless person or something like that, and you're able to reach out to them and help them out. That's what I call wealth. That's what I call true wealth. Okay, that's what I call legacy, right? Mentorship is another thing I got from you, Ben. The importance of mentorship. You were lucky to have that, working for you. You had a good mentor. Kind of reminds me of some of these motivational speakers who say, yeah, I had a mentor, or the Kiyosaki guy, rich dad, poor dad kind of thing. When you were talking about that, it kind of reminded me of the rich dad. Took you up under the wing and he showed you the ropes. Any final words on why you love what you do?
Well, before I forget, before I sign off, I just want to thank my mom because she was there for me when I was transitioning from my education career to my real estate career. And when those months came when I couldn't take care of my bills, my mom was there. Could have easily been one of these people that were living under the bridge. 3 or 4 times in my life, I could have found myself in a situation like that. So now that I'm putting people in houses, I still have that concern, that interest in people who are struggling, who are not achieving the American dream in any way. I still have that concern for them because my mom helped me when I couldn't help myself. And that's why I'm here now.
Oh well, Ben, that's beautiful, and it was great. It was great having you on the show. And guys, I hope you got something from this. We love you out there. Stay tuned. The Real Man of Real Estate.